the 12th day of our trip, Monday, and we're going to Fredericksburg, Richmond, Petersburg, and Raleigh, North Carolina. Anyway, we'll take a few pictures when we get to Fredericksburg and a little bus tour narration of the Fredericksburg battle and what went on there during the Civil War.
Loomed over Fredericksburg for more than 2 centuries. Washington, Jefferson, and Lincoln visited here. Some of Virginia's most prosperous lived here. Soldiers by the hundreds suffered here. Generations of slaves toiled here. Chatham has always been a place of contrast, a place of beauty devastated by war, a place of prominence and prosperity sustained for more than a century by the labor of slaves, people who neither earned nor owned anything. William Fitzhugh and his wife, Anne Randolph Fitzhugh, first opened Chatham's door in 1771. Symmetrical and massive, Chatham looked down on the emerging town of Fredericksburg from Stafford Heights. The Fitzhughs lived in a world dominated by revolution and wealth. Though thoroughly English in his family origins, William Fitzhugh ardently supported independence. He mixed with some of the most famous men of his time: Patrick Henry, James Madison, George Washington. He served in the Virginia House of Burgesses, the State Senate, and in 1779, the Continental Congress in Philadelphia. Meanwhile, Chatham became famous for its hospitality. The house's prominence made it a social magnet. Visitors sometimes came in numbers that nearly overwhelmed the Fitzhughs' ability to feed them all. During one 2-week period in the 1790s, a swarm of guests consumed 21 calves, sheep, lambs, and goats, 3 sturgeon from the river, and chickens untold. Behind
in Fredericksburg. We're gonna see the Union battlefield, and then take a trolley ride here and get the narrated history of the town and everything, and then we're gonna go see the Confederacy battlefield. So spending about 2 hours here in Fredericksburg, and then we'll head on down south to the next town, which I think is going to be Richmond, Virginia. Well, we finally made it to Richmond, and Connie found us this supposedly authentic Mexican place that has gluten-free Mexican food. And we went inside, and it's kind of crazy. Town in Richmond here for Monument Avenue, and we'll see what is left of any monuments that haven't been tore down by the PC police.
What does PC stand for?
The Political Correct Police. One block over Monument Avenue, supposedly. Maybe 2 blocks.
We better go get pictures before they're all gone.
Virginia is ahead of us. This is supposed to be where Robert E. Lee stood for a couple hundred years, and look at that! Somebody's still up there. Look at all the old architecture here.
This looks like New Orleans.
Yeah.
Does it?
Got old architecture on both sides of the road.
Wow.
Nice park to walk your dog in. Yeah, there's a lot of history right along this avenue. Holy cow, everybody had to have front porches with mini White Houses. Pillars on their porches. Here's something else here. I wonder who this is.
Oh,
Jefferson
Confederate States.
Jefferson Davis, President of the South.
Confederate States of America, it says.
Anyway, that's a sampling. We're going to drive about 20 more blocks up this avenue and back. But I'm sure there's some more prominent figures on some statues. Got up to a stoplight here, and Stonewall Jackson's on his horse up there.
Gosh, I wish we could take pictures of these.
Killed at something with a C.
Oh, hell.
Let's see what it says when we go by. I'm thinking Chattanooga or something. Chancellorsville.
Yeah.
Killed at Chancellorsville.
Yeah, by his own troops. They mistook him for somebody else.
Think so. Let's see who this one is. No, that's just a bunch of.
There's Lincoln right there, sitting in the chair. You passed it up. You didn't
Sorry
get
about that. I had to keep going.
You didn't get a picture of Lincoln?
Not yet. I got pictures of him in Washington, D.C., though. Here comes another monument on the left. Story.
Arthur Ashe.
Okay, so we got to this historic Tredegar Museum, and we're going to go inside and see what it's all about. Find out what the parking situation is. Anyway, looks pretty cool, whatever it is.
The sun must be.
Still, we're still in Richmond.
We've been.
American Civil War Museum. So, we're getting Civil War education today. There's a cannon pointing right at me.
So it looks like there's 2 museums.
See what this water wheel's all about. Oh, I think I remember now. I think this is a factory where they built a lot of stuff for the South. Anyway, over and out for now. Well, we're in Old Petersburg area, and it looks old and worn out.
Boy, it is.